Now that she's back in my atmosphere, the drops of Jupiter in her hair. She acts like summer and walks like rain. Remind me that there's a time to change. Since the return on the stay on the moon, she listens like spring and she talks like June. Now tell me if you sailed across the sun to take you to the Milky Way to see the life's all faded and that heaven is overrated. Tell me, did you fall from a shooting star? One without a permanent scar, and then you missed me while you were looking for yourself out there. Welcome, everybody. So good to see every single person here today. Welcome to the Jaybefaunt channel. My name is James Fauntleroy. I am your host. It's so good to see you. Just to let you guys know, the Jaybefaunt show is also available on all major podcast platforms like Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, so you can subscribe to me there. I'm also part of the Revolutionary Blackout Network, so you can find me on the JB Show on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern on RBN, as well as RBN Live on Tuesdays at 4, and the Sabby and JB Show on Thursdays at 6. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, I want you to make sure to get that gorgeous, sexy thumb and smash down that subscribe button, baby. Smash it down, baby. All right. And if you do, I may promise you cookies. I may promise you brownies, tiramisu, maybe a cannoli. You never know if I can give it through the screen, right? But it's the thought that counts. And click the link bell. You can ring my bell. You can ring my bell. Click the link bell, baby, to let you know whenever I go live. All right. Also, a shout out to my patrons on Coffee and Patreon. Thank you very much for all of what you do and also having faith in me to be able to give you guys the news and give you guys my opinion and commentate on the things that are going on in our world. So I thank you so much for really putting, so much faith in me and for helping me literally keep the lights on. So I appreciate that. Also, just to let you guys know, I'm also on Twitch and Rumble and Rockfin. So if you guys would like to go there and look at us from there, please make sure to do that as well because we are on multiple platforms. That's right. We don't just suspend ourselves to just one. Uh, Basically, the YouTube algorithm doesn't like us, and there's a lot of us that are basically being, you know, taken off so that, our income is being cut, just like people like Jackson Hinkle recently, and a lot of us are trying to diversify. So, that's the way it is. But yeah, so thank you so much. Now, I would like to say hello to everybody that's in the chat. So good to see everybody joining here today. We have Strong Vic says, hey, Strong, good to see you. All right. Red Raccoon says, I love space, but I was really hoping for at least one close up image of an Earth like planet. Yeah, I mean, that would have been really cool. I think it's going to happen in good time. I think it's just, these are just some of the first images that are coming out of, from the James Webb Space Telescope. I'm very excited to look at them with you. I've seen some of the images already. They're absolutely gorgeous. As somebody that loves space and astrology myself, I'm not very educated on it, but I love to look at it. I'm the type of person that whenever I'm out, I look at the bodies in the sky. Like I look at the moon and look at the stars, and I just love looking at them. And so, and my boyfriend loves looking at them too. So that's something that is very interesting to us, and that's something that's very interesting to me because I mean, we're this is the stuff that we're actually made of. If you look at the chemical composition of a lot of the stars and planets, I mean, look at things like, for instance, the sun that has hydrogen, helium, and and how it does fusion within itself. And then you come to find out that a lot of these same elements are here present in our own planet. And so we are made of some of these different elements. And so it's just, I think it's just such a cool thing, that we are basically made of these parts, and we are part of the universe, and the universe is part of us, right? And so whenever we want to look at and explore the universe, we're really trying to find more of ourselves out there. You know what I mean? And so we're just trying to find pieces of ourselves. We're trying to find more of our own origins outside of this little crib that we call planet Earth. So I think that's pretty cool. So I just wanted to talk about that too, because you know, of course, I'm going to dunk on a billionaire today. Of course. Why else would you guys come here? But I also want to talk about something that's actually more interesting than the tears of a billionaire too. So just wanted to talk about that. Yipper99 is also here. Hello, crazy people. Hello, Yipper. So good to see you in the chat as well. Yes, I did have some caffeine. Can you tell? Tony Plow says, "Hey, comrades. Hey, Tony. So good to see you in here." Red Raccoon continues, says, "If we were to compare ourselves to a spacefaring civilization, first of all, they would have no form of currency. And secondly, their tech would probably look like magic to us for sure." True. True. Terry Connolly is in the chat. Hey, fam. Terry Connolly, so good to see you also as well. All right, we have Sarina saying howdy. Howdy, Sarina. Emily is also in the chat. Petrifying the patriarchy. That's right, sister. Petrify those patriarchs. Ooh, I'm here for billionaire tears. Like Cartman with the kid that made him eat his own parents. Eat your own parents. Ha ha. Pee. All right, we have Radical Eclectic sing along here. That's right, baby. We all here to sing along, right? Hey, Gene Catherine the Great is also in the chat. Hello, everyone. CJ and Nick's interview of Catherine Liu was really good. I recommend that everybody watch it. Absolutely. In fact, remember to watch RBN live later today at 4, where I will be there. And you can see me and you see us on RBN. All right. All right. So, oh, well, it jumped. It jumped. That's a good sign. Let me see who else is in the chat. SCH is in the chat saying, "Ring my bell." Is a I know it's a reference. hmm Oh, and by the way, the electric slide. Enough said. Okay. see how many see how many religious people at gatherings are going to start dancing that song anymore. All right. Who else? Rekrisa says, "Happy to join live for the first time. JB, love your work." Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So, look, welcome. Please put your feet up. If you got some cookies, go ahead, have some of those. Have with a cup of milk and just chill. All right. So good to see you. And who we have in here? Franken Kitten, we are Stardust. Yes, we are. And Gene also, said amen. We are Stardust. We are golden. We are billion-year-old carbon. And we've got to get ourselves back to the guard. Oh, she dropping bars. That's right. All right. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. See, Emily loves it too. That's right. That's what's up. All right. I love this. Man, y'all are so people. So beautiful. All right. Eric T in the house and hello. We are moving at a million miles an hour, depending on your frame of reference. We are. In fact, the Earth is spinning at over 1,200 miles per hour, and then we're moving thousands of miles per hour around the sun. Then, on top of that, our solar system is moving around the galaxy at hundreds of thousands of miles per hour. So, we are constantly moving and vibrating throughout the universe, which I think is amazing. CBC voter Panquake So good to see you. Peace and love and greetings and tea. Yes, that is what is on today. All right. I'm telling you, some UVJ lovers, y'all need to better get better acquainted with that bell. Mm-mm. Because let me tell you, as a gay man, our sisters be coming up to us and they be like, them dudes ain't acquainted with the bell. They need to get acquainted with the bell. I'm telling you, brothers, y'all need to get acquainted with the bell. You know what I'm saying? Bring some liberty to that bell. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Treat treat women right, y'all. Damn. That's some good tea. Anyway, back to see what y'all maybe talk about. I didn't come here to talk about that, y'all. In fact, Eric, interesting. What I found out is that space is moving faster than light can catch up. So it's moving so fast that light will never be able to catch up with it. That's how fast space is moving and expanding. So it is just an amazing feat, and really we're a part of all this, right? We may be small, we may be tiny, itsy bitsy bitsy, microscopic, but we're still part of it. So, see, Red Raccoon says, "I wonder what it would actually be." Well, I'm sorry. I wonder what it would be like to be truly still, floating in a part of space, stationary, not affected by anything else's gravity. That would probably feel scary. I imagine it would probably feel scary. So, but on to the show. So, what are we talking about today? First of all, I need to remind you guys of Leon Cooperman. Okay, who is Leon Cooperman? Let's look at Wikipedia real quick, just to see who Leon Cooperman is. Let me see. Let's go to. Might as well just do. I guess we do entire screen just like everybody else. Um, hang on. All right. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. So Leon Cooperman, um, he is an American billionaire, investor, and hedge fund manager. He is the chairman and CEO of Omega Advisors, a New York-based investment advisory firm managing over 3.3 billion in under in assets under management, the majority consisting of his personal wealth. Right. So yeah, I don't like doing that. I'm not used to that. We'll just do it this way. So that's who Leon Cooperman is. Okay, born in South Bronx, New York, has parents that are immigrants from Poland, and he went to Hunter College, and he became quality control engineer at Xerox in '65. Got a master's in business at Columbia, and he is a chartered financial analyst, whatever the hell that is. Anyway, so that is basically who Leon Cooperman is. He is a billionaire. Okay. That being said, Leon Cooperman first got famous because of a particular viral video. Here is the viral video first. Aw, we have a troll in the chat. Oh, how sweet. Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh, you're in timeout. Anyway, so let's share the screen. I got my first troll, everybody. Clap for me in the chat. Clap. Okay. Let's show. And I'm gonna meet you all on the other side. So
record high. The economy is growing. I mentioned a moment ago, 5 million more people at work created in his presidency. We have a record high employment, record low unemployment amongst minorities. I've taken a tough path of opening up trade dialogue with China. I focused the discussion on illegal immigration. Okay, I reduced government red tape and promoted deregulation. I bolstered our defense, national defense. His deportment is not presidential, and we need a unifier in that position, and because the country is being torn apart. So let him make his own decision. I am not in favor of all this impeachment inquiry. I want the American people to decide in November of 2020 what the future should be.
I think, I think it's kind of obvious people can not only see the emotion on your face, but hear it in your voice when you talk about this, Lee. Why?
I care. That's it.
But in all that you said of where the economy is, where the stock market is, the wealth that has been created since the president was inaugurated through the stock market appreciation, you still think it would be a better idea if he did not run for re-election at this particular time?
Wait.
Well, I think I said, you're looking to get me into trouble. What I said was,
better idea if he did not run for re-election at this particular time.
Well, I think I said, you're looking to get me into
stock market appreciation. You still think it would be a better idea if he did not run for re-election at this particular time?
Well, I think I said, you're looking to get me into trouble.
Stock market is. But in all that you have said of where the economy is, where the stock market.
That's it. Care.
Wait.
I care. I care.
No, you don't.
I care.
Smell the bullshit. Oh my Lord. That's who he is. That's who he is. This is the same guy that's crying because people are talking about a wealth tax while he has billions of dollars that he didn't earn. By the way, billionaires did not earn their wealth. So with that stolen wealth, he's crying and saying he cares. Yet, the same people like him that donate to politicians to make sure that they get billions in tax cuts, the same people like him that also the same people that look at the billionaires who constantly are using their wealth in order to strip people of their right to their surplus labor. It's like, what? Are you kidding me right now? Like, That is crazy, man. I mean, and if you're sitting here going to somehow defend billionaires or look at those of us who are seeing what the billionaires are doing, and you automatically assume that because we have no sympathy for exploiters and oligarchs, that we're a shit show, yeah, you can go. I have no sympathy for that. I have no sympathy for people who are I have no sympathy for people who are temporarily embarrassed millionaires who constantly want to defend this this people. Like, what? Are you kidding me right now? There's no defending what they have done. Look, it is the reason why the global south is in the way that it is right now. That is the reason why. What happened in Chile with United Fruit Company? That was a corporation. Look at the oil companies that are constantly wanting to push us to go to different African countries and countries in the Middle East. And then these countries sit here and they are basically being displaced because of the interests, the US interests. What is the US interest? That's corporatism. That's all it is. That's all it's been. To make who richer? People like Leon richer. That's basically all it is. Dude, just go. Just go. All right. Bye. See ya. Deuces. I'm still gonna fight for you anyway. No, regardless, I'm still fighting for you. And that's how I am. That's what it is. If you say fuck RBN, all right, go ahead. Bye. But I still want you to have a housing regardless. I still want you to have a living wage. I still want you to have health care. That's what I want. I still don't want you to get shot down by police because of your economic status or because of the color of your skin. I still want all that for you. All right, fuck me. Okay, fine. Bye, deuces. But you know what? My resolve still won't change because I still want liberation for you. I still want liberation for you. Even if you do not agree with me. You want to know why? Because I love humanity. You think I wear the shirt and you think I have this cup just because I make this my brand like some people do? No. Oh, okay. Deuces, John. Deuces. Bye. Take care. I wish you a peaceful and wonderful life. Bye. Why are you still in the chat? Anyway, so my thing is when you have people like Leon Fairbanks, right? This guy is literally just he's taking, putting emotion into defending other billionaires. That's all it basically is. Like, what point is it, to sit here and defend your fellow people when you're literally the people that's on top? You own everything. You own everything. So it's like, why are you crying? Why are you crying, dude? You've owned everything ever since the inception of this country. It was people that look and sound just like him that literally wrote the Constitution. They were the ones that said, all men are created equal when they didn't even mean it. They didn't even mean it. So, that's what people like him are. And I kind of got away because I got distracted for a second. But I want to let you guys know I'm gonna show you guys what he said recently, because this is what he said like last year, right? Tea break. Taking a sip of tea. All right. Let me see. Where is it at? Ah, here it is. Let's go. All right. Shout out to Case Study QB doing it again. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I tried to watch some of the videos that Case Study put up on his Twitter. The fact that he has the intestinal fortitude to sit through and listen to these liberals and these conservatives who are class loyal to the upper classes say all this either revisionist history or this inaccurate, horrible takes on a daily basis. I got mad respect for Case Study. Oh my God. If you guys are not following him, please make sure to follow Case Study QB. Please make sure. Because that's what that he's where it's at. So, Case, if you're ever in the chat, dude, you a real one. Okay, so this is the crying billionaire, and let's see what he had to say, and I'll meet you guys on either side. Spoiler warning: it's a whole lot of bullshit. So, sorry.
Should President Biden serve a second term? Give us the Cooperman energy level as the nation considers a second term for the president.
I think he definitely should not run, and I don't think he will run. I am told by people that he's not happy in Washington. He's spending more time with his grandkids in Delaware. You know, he has not done a good job. I voted for him because I voted my values and not my pocketbook. And I found Trump, who has superior economic ideas to Biden, his conduct was just totally unacceptable. And but I think the Democrats are going to get crushed in December. The progressives have led them too far to the left. The country is centrist in nature, and we got to start working together. We got to start cooperating.
Leon,
and you know, let me, if I make this point, right? It's not about politics, but I had a sense, with a smile on my face, blame a good man by the name of Barack Obama for a lot of these problems. I don't think that Bush 1 or Bush 2, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton villainized wealth. He villainized wealth. And I sent him a letter 12 years ago that went viral on the internet.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, and I said to him, Mr. President, you're telling the 99% they're being screwed by the 1%. You should be telling the 99% with hard work and luck they can become part of the 1%. You're depreciating the American dream. And unfortunately, President Biden has picked up on that theme.
Right.
I see no reason to villainize wealth. How do you get to be wealthy? You develop a product or service the world needs.
Oh, goodness gracious. Wow. So let's go over this. Let's break this down. So let's hear what he had to say.
Should President Biden serve a second term? Give us the.
Now, this question right there tells you what's really going on. The owners of politicians like Joe Biden are telling Joe Biden right now through the media, don't run. That's what they're telling him right now. They're telling him basically, dude, don't run. You're not good for us. Don't run. And they're trying to give him cues because that's what they do. Because they're now now it's we're part of the ratchet effect, where it feels like when we okay, so it moves to the right, stops, and then it kind of takes a little bit, but then it doesn't really go anywhere. But then now it's the time for us to go further right. So now we're starting to go into that effect. that part of the ratchet effect, that one peg where we tick further to the right again. And so that's what's about to happen. So they're basically saying, don't run, take somebody unpopular like Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris, run them, they lose, and then we put in another far right fascist into office. And then after they solidify all the fascist gains that they want to do, then we'll put in another Democrat and then put them in. And then we'll, after it's clicked further, then it will stop again, make it seem like he's trying to change, he or she's trying to change something. And then we'll put another Republican in and then further let it go further right. That's basically the process. You're watching it in real time. Guess who owns these corporations like CNBC? It's billionaires. Billionaires like Leon Cooper. That's basically what it is. They are basically telling people like Joe Biden, don't run. We're setting it up for another Republican, right? You've seen in the news lately how they're talking about how a lot of Democratic politicians now are actually giving money to far-right Republicans just so that they can prop them up as being the crazies, when that's the exact same strategy that Hillary Clinton had back in 2016 when she was running against Donald Trump. It's called the Pied Piper strategy. And guess where that got us? So they're doing that again, but they're doing it on a congressional level. And a lot of us have been talking about a red wave coming this November. Guess what? A red wave is coming and it's going to happen. So with that being said, then this is also the setup for the executive branch to also have a red wave. This is the setup. You're watching in real time. Peep the game. This is what's happening. Let's continue.
Cooperman energy level is the nation considers a second term for the president.
I think he definitely should not run. And
That's the signal. That was the bat signal, right? That was the bat signal. Listen.
I don't think he will run. I'm told by people that he's not happy in Washington. He's spending more time with his grandkids in Delaware.
See? So basically, he's in agreement already. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to run. But the thing is, they don't want you to know.
You know, he has not done a good job. I voted for him because I voted my values and not my pocketbook. And
he voted his pocketbook. He voted his pocketbook. Okay? I'll tell you why. Who's making the Trump tax cuts permanent? He sure as hell didn't repeal them. I'm just saying.
And I found Trump, who has superior economic ideas to Biden, his conduct was just totally unacceptable. And but I think the Democrats are going to get crushed in December. The progressives have led them too far to the left. The country is centrist in nature, and we got to start working together. We got to start cooperating.
Leon,
and you know, let me, if I make this point, right? It's not about politics, but I had a sense, with a smile on my face, blame a good man by the name of Barack Obama for a lot of these problems. I don't think that Bush 1 or Bush 2, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton villainized wealth. He villainized wealth. And I sent him a letter 12 years ago that went viral on the internet.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, and I said to him, Mr. President, you're telling the 99% they're being screwed by the 1%. You should be telling the 99% with hard work and luck they can become part of the 1%.
That's bullshit and a lie. That is bullshit and a lie. Because you know what? If that was the case, then it would already have happened. He does not work harder than you. He is not smarter than you. He is not has more ingenuity than you. He just learned how to exploit people. He actually learned to do the things that a lot of us are not willing to do, and that is exploit one another. That's what he learned how to do. He learned how to do it. That's why he got to where he is. That's why people like the Bezoses got to where they are. This is why The Musks got to where they are, and a lot of them also really had a wealthy base to start from anyway. So he's basically saying, "Oh well, no, we shouldn't villainize billionaires." Why not? Because the thing is that number one, all the wealth that they got, they didn't earn. They didn't earn it. They stole it. Why are we? Why are we trying? Why are we willing to look at thieves in a positive light? They're literally thieves. They're criminals. Let's be real. They are criminals. Venture capitalists? What does he make money off of? Money? What? He doesn't actually provide any goods or services to the United States, to any of the people. No. So with that being said, he's just pissed off that the veneer of billionaires is gone. He's pissed off that the veneer of us looking at them in some positive light is gone. How, Eric, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to push back a little bit. Leeches have more of a purpose than billionaires. Leeches do. Leeches actually have more of a better purpose in this world than billionaires do. Billionaires are a cancer on society. What does a cancer do? A cancer metastasizes and grows and grows and grows until it consumes its host and there's nothing left. That's what a billionaire is. They're a cancer on our society. They are, hell, I may even be insulting cancer right now. Yeah. I love you, bro. But seriously. And so Obama villainized billionaires. Well, clearly not enough, because under Obama, black wealth tanked. Black wealth literally tanked under Obama. What did Obama do? What happened during the 2008 crisis? Who did he prop up? Who did he save? Oh, right. His buddies. See, rhetorically, he villainized them. But in reality, when it comes to material conditions, when it comes to the concrete conditions, Obama was good for him. Who solidified and made Bush tax cuts permanent for people like Leon over there? Who did it? Who did it? Sing it with me, kids. Obama. So really, all this is just, oh well, I'm a billionaire and they're making me look bad. Oh, I don't like this. That's all it basically is. That is it. Like, who the hell? It's people like him that we have drone bombings. It's people like him that we have sanctions on countries that actually are trying to provide for their people. And yet, because they actually decided to nationalize different industries in their countries and to prop up their people, the poorest among them, instead of the super rich, they're the reasons that they get. That's the reason why these people, asshats like this, get pissed off and mad, because they're not able to exploit them by moving their corporations over there to extract the resources. It's people like that. It's people like this. Yes, I'm going to vilify him. Yes, damn it. Hell yeah. The reason people like this are the reasons why a rich and abundant continent like Africa is stripped of its resources. It's stripped of its resources. Why? Because people like this who own the corporations own the United States government, and then the United States government, as their tool, strip these countries of their resources by destabilizing them in their countries and continents, and then the companies come in and leech off of it. No wonder why places like Rwanda and the Congo and the Gambia and many other different countries in Africa, countries like Libya, countries like Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan are constantly being bombarded because of these, rich people like this seeing that all this wealth of resources in there, and they say, you know what, we're going to just take it. If the United States is the gun, the person holding the gun is the billionaires, the suspect. The suspect. First, we need to take the gun away. Next, we need to neutralize the suspect because they are dangerous for our world. And Pencil Neck over here is crying about being vilified. Then stop being the villain. And stop demonizing us because of you being super ultra wealthy and rich. Guess what? That the system means that there has to be people who are poor and disenfranchised and in poverty. That's what it is. You have to have people poor and in poverty in order for you to be as wealthy as you are. That's how it works. But he doesn't want you to know that. He wants you to think that, oh, all you got to do is get there with hard work and ingenuity and a good education, and you get there. And then he wants to talk, and then these are the same people that talk about meritocracy. Yet people like him are leaving billions of dollars to their kids and grandkids. So much for meritocracy. They didn't earn all that, but guess what? They're sure as hell going to get it. Yes, she's black. You're absolutely right. The good thing is that the Joe is too far left talking point doesn't sell like it used to because it is so obvious that Joe is nowhere near to the left. Exactly. Exactly. Motherfuckers like this are the ones who cry and pout and ask the government for reparations because they lost all their slaves. These are the type of people that Leon Cooperman. Yes, that's right. History of the day. Did you know that slave owners actually got reparations from the United States government because they lost their slaves? Yeah. So with that being said, Mr. Boo-hoo, I care. Now give me my money. People like that are now extracting resources, hoarding wealth. He's a hoarder. He's a hoarder's cancer on our society. Oh gosh.
You're depreciating the American dream. Now, unfortunately, President Biden has picked up on that theme.
Right.
I see no reason to become part of the 1%. You're depreciating the American dream.
He depreciates the American dream. There is no American dream, sir. Somebody get their uncle. Please, somebody get their uncle. Depreciates the American dream. You can't have the American dream if you never had the true availability to get it in the first place. You want to talk about appreciating the American dream? Tell that to a lot of black people who didn't get, a lot of the benefits from the New Deal that FDR put in. Tell that to the black people who couldn't get life insurance because it was illegal for them to have life insurance. Tell that to all the black people who lost wealth under Obama and they no longer own a home. Tell that to us. Tell it to the people who are sleeping out in the streets, or some people who are sleeping in motels right now. Tell that to them. Tell that to my mother who's 70 years old who's still looking for a job. American dream. She came up around the same time you did. She's a black woman. And please don't give me that BS about, oh, there's rich black people out there. They're exceptions to the rule. Leon, you're an exception to the rule. You're the child of immigrants. You're the exception to the rule. The rule is everybody either gets super impoverished or they get just a little bit of crumbs, and that's it. While the rest of you keep all the wealth.
Now, unfortunately, President Biden has picked up on that theme.
Right.
I see no reason to villainize wealth. How do you get to be wealthy? You develop a product or service the world needs.
The only reason why somebody like Joe Biden villainizes wealth is because it is politically expedient for him to do so. He'll do it rhetorically, but when it comes to actually doing it and actually making changes to materially benefit the most disenfranchised among us, he won't do it. He won't do it. And the thing is that this has been this way for decades, at least 100 years. Look at the Carnegies. Oh, excuse me. Look at the Carnegies and the Morgans, right? And oh my God, the Vanderbilts and all these different super rich dynasties that have existed within the United States. So, the Bushes, the Kennedys, so yes, villainize the people who make your life a living hell. And by the way, yes, Suleiman, the Rothschilds too. Yeah, them too. So when it comes to the billionaires and the way they constantly are setting the rules and setting up the system and stealing the wealth from us. No, we're going to vilify you because it is justified. That's all it is. Now, I want to go to, let me see, I was going to go to this other, let me see. There was a video that I was going to, here it is. Okay. Just want to make sure I had it set up. And thanks again to Case Study QB for that video. Appreciate it very much. Let's do this. All right. So, what is one of the best things for us to do? Well, it's to make the rich uncomfortable. All right. So, this is from New York Communities for Change. They decided to go to the Hamptons. Go where the rich are. So, here we go. So, looks like people are going where the billionaires are and making them uncomfortable. I love this. Why do I like this? I'm gonna tell you why. Let me play this while it is muted. I'm gonna tell you why I like stuff like this. Because now they have to come face to face with what they are doing, with what the decision that they make. So you want to donate to these politicians in order to, get tax breaks and, for your super yachts and circumvent paying taxes, just so that, you can keep, more of that opulence and that wealth from that you stole from workers. Well, looks like you're going to have to face the workers. Looks like you're going to have to face the people. If you own the government, then guess what? We want to speak to the owner. And that's what I actually that's what I like. We're going to make sure that they're uncomfortable. Make the comfortable uncomfortable. And so I am glad that this group is doing this. But they also did more. Let's hang on. I think there's another video. Oh gosh, that's my favorite. That's my jam. But the thing is that like for instance, I'd like to see this happen here in Orlando, right? Here in Windermere and in Isleworth, I would love to see that happen. If you're out in California, out in Calabasas, right? Places like that. I would like to see that happen more. Expand it out. So that's one of the things that I would like to talk about. They were saying this is what democracy looks like. And they were saying if we don't get it, then shut it down. So that's basically what they were saying. And by the way, where I live is down the street basically from the rich. Okay, so where I live, there's a place called Windermere, and there's like little neighborhoods in there called Isleworth, right? And so then if you go down towards me, the first thing you come to is an area called Millennia. And Millennia actually has a mall. This is probably the most expensive and most opulent mall that's literally a mile and a half away from me, right? And so that mall, it has Bloomingdale's, Macy's, Jimmy Choo, Versace, Tiffany's. It has, oh gosh, it has so many different like high end, stores and boutiques within it. Neiman Marcus. So it has the high end, stores, and then it's the fairly rich people, right? And so a lot of people who live in my neighborhood actually have to work out there. But on top of that, in my neighborhood, we're facing gentrification. Remember when I was talking about how my rent literally just went up. They raised my rent $250, which is we really can't afford. But everybody else, the rent is like $400 or $500 more than what around the area. So this is actually one of the least. It's crazy, but so that's one of the things that I've you know seen that's been happening. It happened within the last 10 years. Well, I think that mall's been there. Has that mall been there about 10 years? No, that mall's been there longer. I would probably say about 10, 15 years. It's still fairly new for a mall. And so, yeah. And so I would love to see this happen in more different neighborhoods. By the way, just let you guys know, if you guys are, looking forward to Camp Dada, it's being organized by the Bank Sisters, Quaker Socialists, Josana and Sabby Sabs. I think that is a great thing to do if you guys would like to um, go to Camp Dada. Hang on, let me see if I can get the Twitter. Let's see, Camp. No, Dada. Okay. It's at Info Change Camp on Twitter. I'll put that in the chat really quick. All right. Okay. So, and I'll put it in the chat for Rockfin as well. So they also plan on doing some action as well as they're going to be talking about um, a lot of workshops and things like that as well. So I think it's best to uh, get yourself acquainted with Camp Dada. I need to have them on actually to talk more about it. And if any of you are watching who are in the planning of Camp Dada, I we'll get together and we'll plan to do a show. But this is something I think that is definitely imperative to talk about. And so yeah, so if you guys like, go ahead and check out the Camp Data. I'm excited for it because even though I can't personally go, like physically I can't go, I will be trying to do, streams and things like that. I might try to do streams on RBN as well as on my channel to talk about it more as we come, closer towards that. And if you guys can go out there and camp with them, then by all means. I mean, this is a direct action. So that's what I am, I don't want to say advertising now to you, but I am advocating for. So make sure to do that. Now, what else is there? Okay, so I wanted to also there was something else that I wanted to talk about too. Um, oh wait. Okay. Before I go, just to let you guys know, um, Leon Cooperman is worth $2.5 billion. Now, here's where I want you guys, because billionaires can't keep their mouth shut sometimes. I want you guys to see this. I'm not going to click on the Bloomberg link because they're going to want me to, remove my my ad blocks and all that BS, and I'm like, no. But here it says Cooperman is worth $2.5 billion according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Though he has said that number is too low without elaborating. So he actually has more, but he's just not disclosing it. Yeah. And the thing is, here's my thing. I'm not for taxing billionaires. Mm-mm. I want to make billionaires obsolete. Taxing billionaires is what I used to believe. Now I say dissolve them. So that's where I'm at right now. Dissolve it. Like all of the wealth is like, no, dissolve it. The billionaires should not exist. That's how I feel. Like a supervillain. We literally have a world that's run by supervillains. So now to something more lighthearted, something more positive. Let's do this here. All right, kids. Now I'm going to get to the part that I actually really want to get to. Okay. James Webb telescope, right? So let's do this. Let's go straight to the James Webb telescope website. Let's just do that, right? Why not? So the James Webb telescope is a brand new telescope that was launched a few months back. And so this is a telescope that is, had, promised some brand new. This technology is the latest technology. Um, let's see. Oh wait. Okay. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. But this is one of the first images of the telescope. Oh wait, let me enlarge this. Okay. So isn't that gorgeous, y'all? Isn't that gorgeous? Like, my goodness, like this is stunning. I'm gonna let me do this. Let's hang on. Let me go to. Just give me one sec, guys. Mm-hmm. And all right. Okay. All right. Sometimes you got to fix things live on stream just to make things better for your channel, baby. All right, kids. Okay. So, this is beautiful. I look, I love a good astrological body. I love bodies in general. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Sorry. Sorry. I couldn't help it. So this is called Carina Nebula. I wish I could expand it more. Like, oh wait, view larger image. You have to click on it. That takes you away from it though. Okay. So I'm gonna go back. But yeah, so this is the Carina Nebula. This is like absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the images that came out from the James Webb telescope, right? And it also does a lot of infrared images. This is Stefan's quintet. So as you can see, these are galaxies, spiral and disk galaxies. I mean, these are some, that are, thousands and thousands of light years away. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. And, I think these are like, just imagine if we took, instead of the money that we use for, imperialism and war, we actually not only fixed our own planet first, made sure that everybody had what they needed. But then on top of that, once we do all that, then we can start looking up and, see, and then we can, put that investment into, seeing what's out there more, and then on top of that, even seeing deeper within our own planet. Like there are still species that we have not discovered yet in the depths of our ocean, you know? And I just think that it's a wonderful thing. Yeah. So yeah, so I think this is beautiful. It yeah. Um what's the next one? There's another one. Southern Ring Nebula. This is the next one. Look at that. Look at it, it's just mind-boggling. And I wish I had a telescope. In fact, just to let you guys know, I don't really get to see that many stars. Like on a really clear night, I can see maybe 25 stars tops in the sky. That's from where you know, that's from where I can see in my local area of, in Orlando. And so that's where, that's for me. I actually would love to go further out into, I guess, the wilderness, so to speak, I guess. So yeah, Red Raccoon says it looks like a big LED fish egg. Yeah, it does, I just, one of the things I think is good is for us to, sometimes we have to stop and just look at what's around us and see the beauty of, you know of what, nature has. And yes, Eric is right. So yeah, I really need to, and I want to go out there, you know. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of air pollution and light pollution, Yeah. There's sometimes where it's so bright that the sky looks like a purplish color. It looks like an opaque purple. Yeah, it gets that bright sometimes. And it's just like, gosh, you can't see anything. So, yeah. So what the next one actually is WASP 96b. Oh, I don't yeah, that's atmospheric composition. Never mind. And then this one is SMACS 0723. And this is wild. And it looks like light is bending around a central like figure, almost as if you took like a mirrored ball and just put it out into space and it's just reflecting off of its curved surface all the light that's around it and behind it, front of it, and behind it. Like, does that make any sense to people in the chat? Like, that's what it looks like to me, like a mirrored ball in outer space. You know, that's one of the things that I'm looking at. So, yeah, I love it. I just think that it is so cool. I would love to see something like this out in my own if I man, I wish I had a telescope. Gosh, I've never looked into a telescope before. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've never looked into a telescope before. You know what? That's true. That is very true. Wow. This is yeah. I can't believe that, you know, and I think this telescope is looking for exoplanets. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, like this is some gorgeous stuff right here. And I'm tempted to make this my screen my wallpaper on my computer because I love space. Like I literally have uh actually let me show you. Um let me get this stuff down really quick. All right. I'm gonna share just so you guys can see what my thingamajiggy do higgy whatchamacallit looks like. Oh wait, entire screen. Okay. Uh share and then minimize. So if you guys can see, I have a galaxy for mine, which is so, I just love like I wasn't playing around, when I said that. Like I'm serious right now. Like I really, really do love space. And I think it's the coolest thing ever. So yeah. In fact, it's not actually the Orlando Science Center about 20 minutes away. Not that far away. I would love to do that. Yeah. Gene Catherine the Great. Yeah, I actually really want to do that. I actually want to look through their telescopes and things like that. I remember when I went to the Kennedy Space Center as a kid, and okay, some of you have never been to the Kennedy Space Center. Well, a lot of you have it because you guys live throughout the country. But the Kennedy Space Center, they have a visitor complex, and at that visitor complex, a lot of us would go there for a field trip. It's in Cape Canaveral on the east coast of Florida, and we went there, and they would have like kids try out different things that the astronauts have to do for testing and fields, see what it feels like, in zero gravity and things like that. And I really wanted to. Every single time they were like, "Who wants to try it?" I was like, "Me," and they would never call on me. Maybe because I was the chubby kid. Maybe it was because I was the chubby kid. But I really wanted to try it though. I seriously did. You know. Ooh, Anton Petrov. Sounds good. Sounds pretty cool. But yeah, so yeah, so that's something that I want to do. Um, Also, there's something that I just wanted to touch on. That I think is really cool. Um, Being someone that is black and that is on the left, we don't get to see, as much as we would like to in regards to a lot of people on the left that are, hang on, before I get to that, I forgot something. Wait, hang on. Why did I forget this? Don't do drugs, kids. Well, some drugs. It's okay. Why didn't I? Duh. Okay, so we already saw this. Wait. Whoa. This is pretty cool. Wait. Scroll. Okay. Okay, that is cool. That is some cool stuff. Let me. This is on webtelescope.org. WEBBTELESCOPE.org. So yeah, but yeah, that is a great resource to look at the stuff that telescopes are doing. Anyway, like I was saying, there was somebody who I wanted to highlight that doesn't, I wanted to highlight somebody who is, on the left that, a lot of us, we don't really get to know more about. So I'm doing this. Claudia Jones. Okay. So who was Claudia Jones? She was a black communist radical feminist. Okay. So this is Claudia Jones. Okay. And here in the article, it says over time, the achievements of revolutionaries such as Claudia Jones has unfortunately become a footnote in the pages of history books. When considering the colossal impact of Black radical feminist intellectuals and activists such as Kathleen Cleaver, Angela Davis, and Asada Shakur, arguably, Jones does not deservedly receive the same level of recognition. There is a need to reintroduce Claudia Jones in all of her political organizing and work, including her important role in establishing the Caribbean Carnival that later evolved into Notting Hill Carnival after her death. buried quite literally left to the left of Karl Marx in Highgate Cemetery. Jones' politics are best represented by her commitment to poor black women workers and their super exploitation, as well as the practice of taking space as black political resistance. And she said that she arrived in Harlem. Jones faced the immediate intersecting relationship between race, class, and gender, alongside witnessing the rise of Universal Negro Improvement Association and the upsurge of the Communist Party, United States of America. She was immediately racialized and became and quickly came to understand that she was the other. Her identities exist only in relation to white demand and capitalism, and not as ends in themselves. Looking within her immediate family, the understanding of reality in America was cemented and compounded by seeing the oppression her mother endured as a black woman worker. Her mother, Sybil Cumberbatch, died in essence from a sheer exhaustion of working long hours in Harlem garment factory, all whilst caring for her immigrant family and combating racism in the United States. In response, Claudia came to identify as a black communist woman. So I'm going to share I'm going to share the link to this article so that we know more about. Ooh, I had that minimized the entire time. Sorry. Um, so you guys can also see that as well. Because a lot of times we talk about the same old people every single time when it comes to black revolutionaries. We'll talk about people like MLK and Malcolm X and people like that. It's good for us to learn more, about people who are outside of that because, yes, they're some of the most famous ones, but at the same time, just like a automobile, yes, the tires and the steering wheel are very good, indicators of, how a car operates. But, we don't necessarily look at the intake, the intake valve or the master cylinder, or we don't look at the intercoolers, or we don't look at, the transmission, and we don't, think about things like the headlights, even down to the little screw and the spark plugs. Like, we have to look at, everybody who was, integral throughout, us getting liberation, and through us getting liberation, then it also liberates the workers and the poor people, because ultimately it's about liberating them as well, across racial lines, so that everybody can have an equitable and equal society. So I think that, studying people like Claudia Jones, people like George Jackson, people like, I want to start getting into Kwame Ture, because Kwame Ture and I share a birthday. So and I would like to, find out, and read more about them and see more about their works, so that we can uh, not only study them, but see their thoughts, and, and glean from their wisdom. And I think that is something that necessary, that is desperately necessary to be done, because, in our society, people like Claudia Jones, are consistently erased. And so, we want to make sure that their memory and their words live on forever. So that's something that I want to do. And as, like the stars in the sky that we look at, we're seeing, you know, we're seeing the past, because, well, stars in the sky, it takes these stars thousands and millions of, light years just to reach us. With that being said, we're literally looking into the past every single time we look up into the sky. Well, we also need to look into the past when it comes to our humanity, and when it comes to our liberation, and when it comes to people who have set the groundwork or foundation. So I think looking at people like Claudia Jones, it really is, something that behooves us to do when it comes to learning about what we can do to better not just our lives, but the lives of, not just our children, our children's children, but also bettering the lives of really, the people in other countries. Like, look, for instance, and I'm gonna say this here. Think about if we were to truly change this country for the better. Let's say hypothetically tomorrow we have full nationalization of some different industries, like we have a nationalization of the healthcare industry, we have a nationalization of the energy industry, we have a nationalization of many different industries here in the United States, right? And then on top of that, we have workers, owning a majority, if not all, of the different industries within here in the United States, right? So we have basically a socialist, country, right? And then on top of that, we revamp the the electoral system or representative system. We get rid of the Senate and we get rid of the Supreme Court, and then we just have the House, and then we do everything that we need to do in order to have an equitable and equal nation. All right, we got that done, right? Think about the repercussions that would go about around the world. Think about that. Think about the influence that our countries would have around the world. Think about the influence that it would give to countries like Italy, Germany, to Netherlands, to uh, to Brazil. Think about how it would affect South Africa. Think about how it would affect Zimbabwe, Madagascar, Australia, the Solomon Islands. Think about how it would affect Indonesia. Think about how it will affect Laos or or Thailand. Just think about the influence that the United States would have if we were to transition to that, and then think about how everybody else in other capitalist countries would start to change things and get more equality and equity for themselves, and saying, well, the United States do it, we can do it too. And so that's something that I want to do more of, is to help not only inspire ourselves, but think about what could be done around the world just from looking at us and seeing what we do. So yeah, reach for the stars, baby. So yeah, by the way, just let you guys know, I will be doing a reading of Dirty Truths by Michael Parenti, and uploading that. I'm gonna try to upload that tonight so that you guys will have that, because I'm a little bit late. I try to do it at least once a week, but I'm a little bit late. I do apologize about that, and thank you for being patient with me. I had a really robust day at dialysis. By that meaning, I'm exhausted. So that's what happened. And then on top of it, I will be at the RBN Live in 25 minutes. So be sure to tune in there. And then Savvy and JB show will be this Thursday. And I'm going to try to get on call-in and do call-in segments. Savvy has been encouraging me. So I need to do them because it's a good way to interact with people and to do more, to interact with your community. You guys aren't just viewers, you guys are my community, which I deeply appreciate and want to, talk to. So that's what I want to do. And so, yeah. So with that being said, my tea's gone. Dang it. Oh well. We'll make more later. I just want to thank every single person for your contributions. If you guys leave a like, I appreciate it. If you didn't like what I had to say, you guys can leave a thumbs down. If you didn't like what I had to say, if Leon Cooper, if you're watching, if you leave a thumbs down, that's okay with me too. Oh gosh, I know they are. I know he would, definitely would. Also, thank you again to the patrons on Patreon and Coffee. Thank you so very much. I appreciate all that you do. And also standing with the people of Sri Lanka as they are trying to revamp their government that makes it work for the people. Shout out to the people in, I think it's Uganda as well as Nigeria, who are, in the socialist and communist parties who are trying to change their countries out there. And shout out to the people who are in places like Yemen, Libya, to our Palestinian brothers and sisters that are continually suffering basically by a shadow puppet, regimes and, you know, um, proxy, infiltrators of democracy that are being used by the United States government. Shout out to all you guys out there too. And we're trying out here. It's gonna take some time, but we're trying to do the best we can. So just continue to do the best you can with what you got. Water your plants, water yourselves, leave the world better than you found it, and smoke 'em if you got 'em. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I love you. Woohoo! Stop. Wait a minute. Put my cup, put some liquor in it.